Good morning and Happy New Year, everyone. We're pleased to be back this month on this chilly January day, although it is sunshiny outside.
It is.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
So we're going to jump right in because we have a jam-packed show for you today. I want to start out with a few reminders about what's going on at the ADA. One is we have our camp coming up June 7th to the 13th, and registration for camp opens on February 1st, so that date is fast approaching. So to register for camp, if you want to get out your pen and paper, you can write down this website address. It's www.diabetes.org/ADA Camp John Warvel, and Warvel is spelled Warvel. Camp is for children ages 7 to 16, and we encourage every child with type 1 diabetes or type 2 diabetes to attend our camp. Next we have going on January the 20th, our Live Well with Diabetes support group class. The topic for this month is going to be on complications, and Carol Reed from St. Francis Hospital will be joining us for that conversation. 6 to 7 p.m. at the ADA office. There is no cost. You don't have to RSVP, and you are welcome to bring a sack dinner with you at that time. Next on our agenda is our Diabetes Alert Day, which is coming up on Tuesday, March 24th. I won't say a lot about that today because next month we'll really be talking about it a lot. But Diabetes Alert Day is that call to action to know your numbers and know if you are at risk for diabetes. And then, as we've mentioned before, Tour de Cure, our world-famous bike ride on the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. It can't be a more fun location to ride your bicycle. We have lots of different routes that you can choose to ride, and for more information, you can visit the Tour de Cure website at diabetes.org/Indy Tour. And now we're going to jump into our special guest, Judy Williams, who is going to talk to us about Kiss a Pig. Kiss a Pig is a fabulous, fun event that we do at the ADA. So Judy, tell us about Kiss a Pig.
Okay, well, Kiss a Pig actually kicks off our fundraising efforts here at the Indiana American Diabetes Association office. So it's the first fundraising event of the year, and it's a really fun and unique fundraising event where we recruit community members and businesses to compete against each other to kiss a pig. And we celebrate a pig because the pig was actually the first source of successful insulin for those living with diabetes. So the purpose of Kiss a Pig is actually to increase awareness about diabetes and to encourage prompt diagnosis to those in the community who might be at risk for it. And it's also an opportunity for us to raise much needed funds for our mission work here at the association.
Which would be information, advocacy, and research,
Yes,
right?
Absolutely. Okay. Absolutely. So this year's competition will take place at Baker's Life Fieldhouse during a Pacers game, and this is going to be our 25th year hosting the event at the Pacers game. And what we do is we have a portion of the halftime game will be devoted to Kiss a Pig, and we'll actually announce the winners during that time.
And I hear it's a really exciting game, and it's an exciting weekend for Kiss a Pig.
It is. So we'll be playing the Miami Heat on Sunday, April 5th.
Some great competition.
So it's going to be really exciting. The Pacers are anticipating that this is going to be a sold-out game, and in addition to this exciting game, we also have the Final Four weekend. So there's going to be lots of activity downtown, lots of guests from out of town. So we're just excited.
Probably some celebrities in the audience.
Lots of celebrities in the
Fun.
audience. So it'll be a great time. We actually have tickets, and if you're interested in attending the game, you can contact the office. You can contact me at juwilliams@diabetes.org, or you can call us at 317-352-9226, and we can get you some tickets for the game. Tickets are $50, and they're club level seats. So,
tell us a little more about the pig that they're going to kiss.
So our esteemed pig this year, she's actually been our esteemed pig since 2012. Her name is Piglin. She's a potbelly pig, and she's a very famous pig in the state of Indiana. She does lots of celebrity appearances. She's very fancy. She likes to wear lipstick and earrings, and she loves to be kissed, so she's perfect. She
That's
loves to be
fun.
celebrated.
So what other kind of activities will be going on just prior to? So if someone wants to get involved and be a candidate, what will they experience the day of Kiss a Pig?
So the day of Kiss a Pig, we have what we call a Kiss a Pig reception, which will be held again in Bankers Life Fieldhouse, and it's just an opportunity for us to come together as an office and as candidates and celebrate the progress that we've made and the funds that we've raised for the association.
And do you need more candidates? Who are your candidates this year?
We currently have 5 candidates, and I'm happy to share them with you. We have Walgreens, who's returning as a reigning champ. You know, they've been participating since 2012, and so they're really excited. And, you know, Walgreens, they're so incredible because they are truly committed to improving the health of our community, and so this is just an additional step for them to kind of demonstrate that. So we're excited to have them. Indiana Pork Association, Santa Fe, Franciscan Health Alliance, and Riley at IU Health.
Fun. Oh, it's going to be exciting.
It is. It's going to be a really exciting.
So
and we are still recruiting. Our goal is to recruit 12 candidates. And the cool thing about the way we pit the competition together is we have different categories that we place all of the candidates in. So we have an individual category, and that's a category for people who say, hey, I just want to get involved. And I want to help out as much as I can, but I'm not a big business. I'm not a Walgreens. I'm not going to raise hundreds of thousands of dollars. So we do have an individual category. So if you are interested in becoming part of the competition, I would encourage you to contact me because, again, there's a place for you.
Or maybe you're a company where you work, or maybe you belong to a club or another organization that would like to get involved.
Absolutely.
That sounds like fun.
Absolutely. It's really exciting.
Wonderful. Any final words on Kiss a Pig?
Just that fundraising will actually begin the first week of February, so we will be recruiting up until then. So if you are interested, I would encourage you to contact me. Again, my email is juwilliams@diabetes.org, and you can also call me at the office at 317-352-9226, and I'm at extension 6727.
All right. Thank you, Judy. Okay, we're going to take a short break, and then we will be back on segment 2 regarding diabetes burnout.
You know, when Margaret and I decided to sell the old estate here, we had only one choice in signage: Logan Street signs and banners. Conveniently not located on Logan Street anymore, but rather located on 10th Street on the south side of Noblesville. Well, we sold the old beauty, and we were able to buy this wonderful estate. And we had so much money left over, I was able to buy this beautiful 1968 Eldorado Cadillac for Margaret. Only 472,000 miles. Margaret loves it because it's got those big seats and that heavy-duty suspension to support her svelte frame. Next time you're looking for signs or banners, call old Jim at Logan Street Signs and Banners, 773-7200. Conveniently not located on Logan Street anymore.
Everyone knows it's easy to find first-run movies in the big theaters. But where can you go to watch your favorite classic movies on the big screen for the perfect night out? Why rent a flick when you can rent the entire theater? Call today to reserve our 32-seat theater for your next event, or just stop by to see what's showing this weekend. The 14 by 7 foot screen and the high quality digital surround sound system offers all the amenities you would expect from the big theaters, with a laid back atmosphere and comfortable seating of your own home. Wofford Theater at 1744 South 10th Street in Noblesville gives you the classic movies you want with a big theater experience.
Today we have Colleen Killenberg with us from Riverview Hospital, and she's going to talk to us about something that I would say nearly everyone with diabetes experiences at some point in their journey with diabetes, and that's burnout.
Yes.
So, Colleen, what is diabetes burnout?
It's basically after holidays or stressful events, vacations, that your body just is very emotional and causes your blood sugars to be high. And then therefore you feel like nothing you do is going to help with your diabetes.
So you just kind of want to say, forget it.
You
I'm
give
not
up.
going to test today. There's just no reason.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
How common is it?
Very common. I would say 50 or higher percent of diabetics or non-diabetics will at one point feel burnt out based on issues with their blood sugars.
Do you find it to be any more common in type 1 than in type 2?
Not from the research I've been studying.
Okay.
I think it's just
So it's
individual, depending on how they cope with their stress. So yes,
So would, say, a teenager who's had diabetes since they were a child, might they go through a time period of burnout as well? Or would you see it more happening when they become an adult? Or
that's a good question. I would say both. With teenagers, I would think maybe they would get burned out because they've had diabetes their whole life and they're just done. They just want something to be different. Maybe they feel like they can't change anything by now. And I think they give up sometimes because they're young. Whereas some of the adults, I think, my opinion, is more common in them because they are brand new. So they're doing everything they can to check their blood sugars, eat right, exercise, and then they just get stressed out and can't handle it.
yeah, they wake up in the morning and their blood sugar is higher
Yes.
than where it should be or where they believe it should be. And they're like, what was the point?
What can I do? Yes.
Okay. So sometimes I've heard that people can't distinguish between burnout or depression. So can you distinguish between the two? It's kind of a fine line, maybe?
That's kind of hard, but yes, depression is more of a medical, meaning they just give up on everything. They feel like they are no good. They feel like they can't do anything. Whereas I think burnout's very similar, but I think it's more they're overwhelmed or they're tired or they're angry about something. So maybe they can fix that versus the depression.
Okay. What do you do if you feel like you're in the burnout stage?
Well, that's what I'm going to talk about a little bit today, but
Okay.
I think the main thing is just relaxing, trying to take a deep breath, and eating better. I think actually eating better is going to help with the immune system and boost your energy, make you feel better.
Is just the key to life,
everything.
isn't
Yes,
it?
it is.
It just truly is. We hear it for everything. Okay.
It's true.
So give us some tips then.
Sure. Number one, a lot of people know this, but eating breakfast, believe it or not, even if it's something silly, as you say, like cereal, it does give us nutrients. It makes us feel better and it gives us energy. And the experts recommend eating more carbohydrates in the morning to give us more fuel, kind of like a car.
Mm-hmm.
When
right.
you feel that you're full, you have more energy for the day.
Okay.
Another one I thought was interesting is, we all know this, drinking water. Drinking water fills us up. It flushes all away our toxins, our anything that's bad left in our body. And adding something like a cucumber or lemon gives us more
okay.
nutrients, gives us antioxidants, vitamin C, potassium, phosphorus. And that
So
just-
adding that to the water?
Yes.
Okay.
a little slice of lemon or a little
Uh-huh.
slice of cucumber will boost energy and give you all the better antioxidants and nutrients.
And so then it kind of helps lift that brain fog that might be contributing to the burnout.
Yes. Another one I thought was interesting is caffeine. Believe it or not, even though there's a lot of controversy about caffeine, sometimes just a little bit of caffeine will give you the energy you need to get through the day
Okay.
so that you can eat better or focus more on checking blood sugars and dealing with your diabetes.
All right. So where do you suggest that source of caffeine come from?
Maybe a small cup of coffee or tea. And that's another thing I was going to talk about. Tea. They say tea has a lot of benefits with
Okay.
drinking tea. It basically works on your liver and it gets rid of all the toxins. So any of the bad feelings you're getting or any of the bad food you've had in your body, just drinking tea with a little bit of caffeine can get it can get it out.
Okay, so if we celebrated over the holidays and had a lot of good treats, tea might help
Help just kind
get
of,
us on that better run again.
and tea
Okay.
sometimes relaxes patients, and they just
Right.
feel better after drinking tea.
Okay.
Another one I thought was very important is cooking for yourself. Start eating at home after the holidays. Getting back to your old ways of doing things. Because when you eat out around the holidays and things, what do you usually go to? Fast food. You eat high-fat foods and
Right.
um,
Yeah, you're
junk food.
splurging, so you've got more sugar, probably more gravy, more things
More
like that,
everything.
more carbs, everything.
and
Right.
eating at home what you like will get you back on track.
Right.
And it'll help you get rid of some of the bad things that you've ate in the past.
Okay.
Another one I thought was good too is just counting to 10. They say that it takes 10 minutes to actually crave something.
Oh.
So in that 10 minutes, while you're craving food or craving anything, take a breath, walk away, and then hopefully that craving is
that
gone.
goes
in 10
away
seconds.
in 10
Yeah.
Oh, okay. 10 seconds?
10 minutes, sorry.
10 minutes.
yes.
Okay. In 10
Thought that
minutes.
was very
That's a
interesting.
pretty short amount of time. You keep yourself occupied in another way.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a great time to get in some of that exercise that we need to do. You know, those 10-minute, 15-minute short walks of
Mm-hmm.
or bursts of walking could be good. Okay.
Exercise. Yep.
So, how can we avoid burnout from even happening? Is
Hmm.
it kind of some of the same things, or
Yes, I think it's hard, but I think if you try to relax, exercise, take care of yourself, eat healthier, can decrease the possibility of becoming burnout.
okay? Any other tips to share with us for regarding burnout, regarding taking care of ourselves in the winter time, anything like that?
Just like as we said, just controlling what your portions.
Okay.
Being able to check your blood sugars. Say that you can do this. You know, if you get a little frustrated, take a breath
Okay.
and come back. If you forget one day to take your insulin or check your blood sugars, it's okay. This next day, just relax and try to eat better or get yourself back on track.
Okay. For anyone that might be feeling like you're experiencing some diabetes burnout, the American Diabetes Association does have a great book. It's called Diabetes Burnout: What to Do When You Can't Take It Anymore. And you can order this book off the American Diabetes Association website at diabetes.org. It's also available at local bookstores or through Amazon.com. You can find it lots of places. But this would be a great starting point for you. All right.
Yes.
Okay. Well, thank you, Colleen,
you
for
for
sharing.
having me
This
again.
is important for people with diabetes to understand that they're not alone. What they're going through is normal, and they can get through it and get back on track.
Yes, they can.
Okay. Thanks very
Thank you
much
very
for being
much.
with us. All right. We will be back in just a moment with segment 3, Myths and Facts about Diabetes.
You know, when Margaret and I decided to sell the old estate here, we had only one choice in signage: Logan Street signs and banners. Conveniently not located on Logan Street anymore, but rather located on 10th Street on the south side of Noblesville. Well, we sold the old beauty, and we were able to buy this wonderful estate. And we had so much money left over, I was able to buy this beautiful 1968 Eldorado Cadillac for Margaret. Only 472,000 miles. Margaret loves it because it's got those big seats and that heavy-duty suspension to support her svelte frame. Next time you're looking for signs or banners, call old Jim at Logan Street Signs and Banners, 773-7200. Conveniently not located on Logan Street anymore.
Everyone knows it's easy to find first-run movies in the big theaters. But where can you go to watch your favorite classic movies on the big screen for the perfect night out? Why rent a flick when you can rent the entire theater? Call today to reserve our 32-seat theater for your next event, or just stop by to see what's showing this weekend. The 14 by 7 foot screen and the high quality digital surround sound system offers all the amenities you would expect from the big theaters, with a laid back atmosphere and comfortable seating of your own home. Wofford Theater at 1744 South 10th Street in Noblesville gives you the classic movies you want with a big theater experience.
And welcome back, everyone, to our third segment of Stop Diabetes Insight. We're going to tackle some of the myths and facts about diabetes because we find there are a lot of myths out there.
Yeah, I think people just get confused about what's real and what's not when it comes to diabetes.
Yes. So, we've talked in the past on some of our shows about type 1 diabetes versus type 2 diabetes. And at one time, we used to call type 1 diabetes juvenile diabetes because it was thought that only children developed type 1 diabetes. But we now know that adults also can develop type 1. So we used to call type 2 diabetes adult onset. We don't do that anymore
Right.
because, as the myth goes, kids don't get type 2 diabetes, right?
Right.
But
That's not
no,
true.
That's not true. Type 2 diabetes usually happens in adults, but more and more youth are developing it. And our statistics, we know in Indiana, are growing, especially for those adolescents and teens who are developing type 2 diabetes at alarming rates.
I have a question. Are you finding that you're getting any children at camp who are living with type 2 diabetes?
For the past 3 years, we have increased by one camper each year that's had type 2 diabetes. So 3 years ago, we started out with 1, then we had 2. Last year, we had 3.
Wow.
So it would not surprise me at all if we didn't have more this year.
Wow. And that's kind of reflective of the trend, right?
It
and
is.
How that number continues to grow.
That's right.
Unfortunately.
That's
Yeah.
right. And so whereas type 1 diabetes cannot be prevented, type 2 diabetes can be prevented, especially in children. Now, you may have a family history that affects adults, and they're going to, no matter how healthy they are, no matter how much they exercise, they may still develop type 2 diabetes. But in kids or teens, it's most likely the result of too much screen time. They're not getting out and playing. They may be a little overweight. They're just not getting that exercise they need. And to think that they could develop type 2 diabetes and then have to live with that disease the rest of their life when maybe it could have been prevented at that age, that's sad.
It is.
And so we
Bit
really,
unfortunate, yeah.
so it is. So we have to do a lot more education in that way. Okay, another myth. The main cause of diabetes is obesity or too much sugar. I don't know about you, Judy, but when I'm out in the public, I hear so many times people just say, yeah, if you eat too much sugar, you're going to get diabetes.
Yeah, so much so that people actually call it like sugar. They call diabetes like the sugar disease.
Right.
Yeah. So I think there's some confusion in that.
Exactly. Most obese people do not have diabetes. And many people with type 2 diabetes are only moderately overweight or are of normal weight, like we just mentioned a while ago. So just because someone is overweight doesn't mean they're going to have type 2 diabetes, although it is one of the risk factors.
Absolutely.
Okay. Let's see what else we have. Okay, tell me, is this a myth or a fact? I don't have time to exercise for 30 minutes a day.
It's a fact.
No. You silly. It is not a fact. That is a myth. Everybody can find 30 minutes in a day. Now, maybe you don't have 30 minutes all at one time, but in the last segment, we talked about, if you're craving something, take 10 minutes. Well, in that 10 minutes, you could go walk around your house, walk around your office building, walk back and forth to another person's office, or just walk. Just do something for that 10 minutes. Do that 3 times in a day, and you've hit your 30 minutes.
Absolutely.
Everybody can work in 30 minutes in some way.
You just kind of have to make it a priority, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You have to really care. You have to want to do it, but you can do it.
It's a new year. Make that resolution. 30
Yes,
minutes.
Absolutely. Okay, so is this a myth or a fact? Eating at restaurants is unhealthy.
I would definitely say that that's a myth.
That's true. Because, especially now, menus, restaurants are putting nutrient counts on their menus, or they have that available if you just ask. And I've seen a lot of commercials recently for some restaurants that are introducing some healthier choices on their menu selections.
Yeah, I think it's surprising to see, the obesity rates in America and how restaurants are responding to that. Even like chains like McDonald's, they're offering healthier options for people.
That's
so
right.
if you want, you can make a difference, and you don't have to get a double cheeseburger. You can.
That's
can get
right.
something else.
You can get something else, and you don't have to eat the full portion that comes to you at a restaurant that gives you such large portions. Ask for a to-go box right from the very beginning. Put half of it away.
Absolutely.
So you can still eat out, because we do like to eat out.
We do. It's much easier sometimes.
Okay, myth or fact. Because fruit has sugar, people with diabetes can't eat it.
I would definitely say that's a myth, Carol.
Absolutely, that's right. Now, people with diabetes do count carbs, and fruit is high in carbohydrates. So they need to watch that and make that count into their daily allowances for their carbohydrates. But what's your better choice? Sure, a candy bar and an apple might raise your blood sugar about the same way, but which is the healthier choice? Right. Obviously the apple. But we don't, we all love those Honeycrisp apples.
Oh yeah, those are delicious.
They're huge, they're yummy, they're delicious, but that's about 2 apple servings,
it
maybe
is.
more,
It is.
because they're so big. Mm-hmm. So, you got to keep your apples, kind of small. But that's still a good choice. So
an
eat
apple
fruit
over a candy bar.
That's right. Okay, let's see. What's next on our game here? Here's Did You Know?
Okay.
Did you know that if you cut out just one regular soda every day, you could save enough calories to lose 10 pounds in a year?
Wow.
That's just cutting out one regular soda a day.
Makes
and
a
take
difference.
off 10 pounds. Absolutely, it does. So anybody can do that. Come on, you can do it. All right, myth or fact? Only those who didn't control their disease properly have to take insulin.
That's a myth.
That is a myth. And people with type 1 diabetes, they have no choice but to take insulin. Their pancreas isn't making any, so they have to replace it with insulin injections.
Right.
People in type 2 diabetes, it's a progressive disease, and so some people just need that extra insulin to help them maintain control. They may be able to do diet and exercise at first. They may need to take a pill like metformin, or there's a host of other kinds of pills. But insulin might ultimately be that best choice for helping them maintain regular blood sugars. Insulin is not a failure. I hear that too often.
Yeah.
People with type 2 think, if I'm on insulin, it's because I failed. And that is not the case at all. It's just what your body needs to maintain your blood sugar.
Yeah. And I think that's a myth too, that insulin necessarily means that you failed. And that's something that we really need to get people to understand, it's just an alternative. It's just another type of treatment for your condition.
Every single person with diabetes treats their diabetes in an individual fashion, whether it's type 1 or type 2. So what works for me might not work for you, and we have to do what's best for ourselves. Right? Okay. I think we might have time for one more.
Okay.
Sugar-free versus sugar. So this is something that I hear a lot too. People think that, I had sugar-free apple pie, so that means it was a free food. No carbs. I'm okay.
Yeah.
Myth or fact?
That's a myth.
That's a myth. That's right. Sugar-free foods still have carbs. You still have to count them. And sometimes you need to look at that sugar, because sugar-free might be actually higher in carbs. And, sugar alcohols can sometimes cause some stomach discomfort.
Yeah.
So you have to weigh the pros and cons sometimes on sugar-free versus sugar foods. Mm-hmm. Talk to a dietitian and find out the ones that are best.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right. Well, that ends today's show. So thank you, Judy, and we thank Colleen from Riverview Hospital for being with us today. And we will see you again in February.